Hey guys, so today I want to give you guys a tour of my Vancouver apartment. So yes, I just moved. I was at my Burnaby apartment for about over 3 years actually. And finally I moved into downtown Vancouver, which was my original plan when I came to Vancouver first. But as you guys know, I lost most of my money from the Kadriga CX scam, and then that plan had to be pushed back a bit. So anyways, here we are over 3 years later. I finally settled down in my downtown Vancouver apartment. And yeah, I would like to show you guys my place. So yeah, let's take a look around. All right, so this is the main foyer of my apartment once you step into the room, and just take a look around here. I have a Bruce Lee painting on the wall. This is actually a memento from my first company that I ever worked for. When they changed offices, they got rid of a lot of their old stuff, and they said, hey, who wants this painting? And I said, I'll have it. And yeah, this is a painting I've been owned for over 10 years now. It's kind of a memento from the first job that I had in San Francisco, my first office that I worked down there. Yeah, that's actually an old company painting that I took from them. It's a nice painting too, so I keep it there. And then I have some Displate artwork here. These are cyberpunk Displate artwork. So Displate is a company that makes metal posters, and they basically give you something to stick on the wall, and then you can easily change them out with other Displate posters because it's all metal. It just attaches via magnet. So it's very easy to just adjust these posters compared to traditional art. You don't have to, like keep sticking them, unsticking them, or just, find the right angle to hang them or anything. You can just move it around and swap paintings very easily because it's just, sticking to it with a magnet. So I like Displates. So I have a few of them around this apartment, and yeah, just being able to swap them is really nice and convenient. And then we have some hooks here for hanging my keys, umbrella. Have some cleaning tools here, a Swiffer, tripod. I have a GoTrax hoverboard here. It's actually pretty fun to use in the summertime. So yeah, I might use that sometimes in the summer. It's pretty fun. There's some shoe cleaning tools there. Then I have a cabinet here. Yeah, this is basically a place to put like miscellaneous stuff. I have my HP printer on top of it because I don't really know where else to put it. And yeah, this drawer right here is paper for the printer, with some receipts basically, stuff like that. And here, let's see, we got a Roomba, some power tools, garbage bags, stuff like that. So just like, yeah, miscellaneous stuff right here. So yeah, that's what's in my cabinet. And oh yeah, some slippers for people to use here as well. So that's basically this side of my foyer. And then over here on this wall, another Displate poster, this time of Jimi Hendrix, of course, one of my guitar heroes. I have that there. And then a shoe rack, which is actually a fairly big shoe rack. It's bigger than the one I had before in Burnaby, and that's because I own more shoes now than before. I actually really got into leather sneakers recently, so I own quite a few leather sneakers here. I have like an Allen Edmonds here, a Lacoste. I have a few Pumas actually, because I'm actually a fan of Pumas here. And then I have Onitsuka Tigers, Thursdays, Koyos. So yeah, quite a few leather sneakers here because I actually got into leather sneakers recently. So yeah, that's my shoe rack. And then if you look here, there's a mirror here. So this is sliding into a closet, of course. And my dad was actually here to fix this because originally this wasn't working very well. It wasn't actually attached to the bottom, but my dad came here and helped me fix that. So that's nice. So now everything slides and works. So you guys can see me here. Yeah, and this is where I hang my jackets and stuff, obviously. That's what it's for. I actually did like a fashion style video a few months ago, and I showed off some of these, like the leather jacket. I got this one from Florence, Italy. I have a Japanese denim jacket. We have this Patagonia fleece vest. This Eddie Bauer. Some of them I wear more than others, of course. Got some blazers here as well. And then on top, basically, it keeps a lot of other miscellaneous items. I don't really use that often. Like I have a foot massager here. I have a humidifier there, some cleaning irons. And yeah, that's basically some stuff I don't really use that often and put up there. Down here, luggage cases, backpacks, messenger bags, basically. I also have my guitar cases and my pool cue there as well. So don't know if you guys can see that, but yeah, my pool cue and my other guitars are basically back there. So that's where I keep the rest of that stuff. So yeah, this is basically the foyer of my apartment. And then if you turn around, this is the basically the entrance to the kitchen and the living room. So let's go through here. So yeah, this is the living room right here. But first, let's take a look at the kitchen. All right, so like a lot of Vancouver condos, the kitchen isn't very big. It's basically just this counter right here. Actually, originally, I wasn't very satisfied with this kitchen, so I actually upgraded some stuff here, starting with a fridge. So this fridge originally was a very small fridge, so it went to like about here. So it was a very small fridge, and honestly, it was so small I couldn't even fit like a water bottle. I couldn't even like stand up a normal sized water bottle in there. I had to like tilt it horizontally, which is ridiculous, right? So this is already a very narrow 24-inch fridge, but the fact that it was so small, like I could barely fit anything in there. So I was like, this is one of the first things I have to change out. So I ended up getting this LG fridge here. It's a single door, right? I still don't have enough room for a double door, but it's probably the best I can get for this kind of narrow space. So yeah, see, I mean, still not a big fridge or anything, but at least it's bigger than before. At least I can fit in like a normal sized, you know, like container of water or fluids, you know. Before I couldn't even do that. And this is a bottom freezer model, so I can open up, and this bottom part is a freezer here. I don't know if you guys have preference on bottom freezers versus top freezers, but this one is a bottom freezer model. All right, and up top we have a cabinet. So this is a custom cabinet. Actually, my dad helped me make this. He's really like a handyman. Basically, he's a carpenter or a mechanic. And originally this cabinet was about here because this was a smaller fridge. And once we took out that fridge, we put in the new LG one. He took the old cabinet, he basically sawed it in half and turned it into, I think we reused these doors actually. It was from the original cabinet, and he turned it into a smaller cabinet actually, which fits on top of the fridge, which is really cool. So he helped me with that. Right now, all that's in here is my Philips indoor grill. But yeah, I can put any number of things in here. It's really cool that he helped me make a custom cabinet, because yeah, all the other units in my building, I assume, just come with a normal sized big cabinet here, and then you have a really small fridge. So it's cool that he helped me install this fridge and then build like basically this custom cabinet for me that still fits there. All right, and then this is the rest of my kitchen area. So going over the cupboards, this one right now I have just some stuff I don't use that often, like an egg cooker, a panini toaster. I don't really use it all that often, but I have those appliances there. This one storing all the condiments and stuff. That's there. And then this is the cuckoo rice cooker I've used for many years actually. It's really nice for just, you know, making rice, porridge, soup, stuff like that. So that's what that one's there. I think it's a pretty decently expensive model too. It cost me like $300 or something like that. So anyways, been using that one for a while. And then different drawers here. This is just kitchenware, and yeah, more kitchenware, except those ones are plastic. Just more kitchen tools right here, and yeah, more pots and pans and stuff. Okay, so that's that one. And then this stovetop here is by Whirlpool, and this oven is by Whirlpool. This one came with the unit. I actually don't really like it. First of all, this is a mess. It's hard to clean. And it's not easy to, I would say it's the design is not good. Yeah, I just don't like the design. So they have really small heating elements here and here, and they don't really fully make use of the space. Like this here, you can fit another heating element, but they don't have anything there. For now, I put my Cuisinart kettle here, but there's enough space here for a heating element. They just don't put one there for some reason. And instead you have, I always use this one because it's the largest heating element, but the rest are fairly like not useful, I would say, because yeah, it's not big enough. So what are you going to heat here? It's like a small pot here, like it's really not useful. So one day I would like to change out the stovetop to something better, because right now it's the design's not very good. A lot of the space here is taken up by the controls. Like these controls really do not need to be here. It takes up a lot of space. I would rather have this not built into the counter and just have like a separate oven stove combination, and yeah, just have the controls be on the front. That's normal, right? So for a normal like standalone stove oven, you would just have the controls be on front, and then you can easily change it out, repair it, fix it, whatever, maintain it. This is very difficult to maintain, very difficult to even find a replacement for, and the design's not very good, right? Like the yeah, this is the only heating element I really use, because the other ones are fairly useless to me. They're not big enough. This spot's unused. This takes up way too much space. So yeah, I really don't like it. You know, someday when I have more money, I'll probably change it out. And then the Whirlpool oven here, which is, I think, comes with the stove. I guess matching the stove or something like that. Yeah, it's your standard oven here. Again, it's not great. Came with the unit. Someday I'll probably want to upgrade it, but it's not great. The one in my San Francisco apartment previously, I was actually able to upgrade. This one, not that easy to upgrade. Also, one other annoying thing about this oven is that there's no like bottom drawer tray here where I can put my pots and pans. So usually if you have a standalone oven, it comes with like a drawer here where you can like put your pots and pans and other stuff for the oven. Here it doesn't come with anything. So it basically is less space. So I have to use another one of my drawers just for that. So yeah, if I had my own oven, I wouldn't need to do that, right? I would have more space for that. Okay. And I have a Faber range hood here. Again, not great. I'll open to use it. You guys can see it's fairly old and worn. And yeah, definitely it is not something you would expect to be in a luxury apartment or anything. It's a very basic range hood. It came with the unit. Okay, and then here more appliances. I have my caloric air fryer here, which I actually use fairly often, and I don't use the oven actually all that much anymore now that I have the air fryer. I use the air fryer way more. Of course, the Cuisinart kettle, that's a staple since I make tea so much. I use that a lot. And then down here, this one doesn't really have much. Yeah, not much in that one. This one I think is, yeah, tea, pasta, rice. So just a storage compartment for that. And then above the sink, it's mostly cups, plates, and stuff like that here. A lot of other kitchenware. So that's mostly for that stuff. I even have my Chinese zixia teapot there. I think it's pretty nice. Okay, and this is the sink. There's two sinks actually, which is nice. And I have a dish rack on this side. What's cool about the sink is that this one actually has a special like kind of disposal, I guess. So I can turn this on, and then I think it'll grind up some of the stuff that gets stuck in the sink. So it's interesting. So I think that one has like kind of a disposal unit built in. You can see it down here actually. You have that disposal unit and then a lot of other cleaning stuff down here. All right, over here, there is, I have my can opener here and my microwave. This is the same microwave I've always used before, the Panasonic. And I do not have any built-in microwave in this unit, so I just had to get this one separately. Right there. Then above here is actually a wine rack, although I don't really drink much wine. So right now I'm using it as compartments to store stuff I commonly use. Yeah, so usually what I keep in here is like I have like a tape measure, my sunglasses, tape, my wallet, a screwdriver, my Sony ZV-1 camera, which I used to record YouTube videos with, backup batteries, my IEMs, things like that, scissors of course. So just things like I really need sometimes that comes in handy. Since I don't really drink much wine, so I don't really have much use for it other than just storing stuff. And for that use, it's actually pretty good, pretty nice. And then down here is the dishwasher, which I actually changed out and upgraded. So the old dishwasher here was not very good, and it was very loud and it leaks. So I had to change it out. So this is a Bosch dishwasher. It's very quiet actually. The first time I used this dishwasher, me and my parents were actually shocked because we didn't actually even know that it was running until we saw the red light down at the bottom and oh, it's actually running, because we're used to having really noisy dishwashers, and the Bosch one is super quiet. So yeah, I really like this one. It's a 3-rack actually, because the top rack is a silverware rack, and yeah, then you have your standard 2 dish racks here. Yeah, it works really well. So it's super quiet, like I said. So I'm glad I made that upgrade. So yeah, it works well. So that is the kitchen area. Yeah, definitely had to make some upgrades there. I'm still not 100% satisfied with it, but oh well. Okay, and now let's go to the living room area. So first of all, I do have a dining table now. That's something I didn't have before in my previous places. So actually having a dining table is nice, and I upgraded the chairs too. The old chairs here were very they were worn out, and the seats were basically coming off at the seams. So I upgraded them, and now I have these nice vinyl. Yeah, these are just nice white vinyl chairs. So I can only fit 3 of them. That's how much can fit here, but it's pretty nice. And then it even has like a little bar stool down at the bottom, so you can put your feet there. So yeah, it's pretty nice. So yeah, I should have a dining table. And then the living room, you guys can see I have some pieces of art here. It's really nice to be able to put up pieces of art, because at my old place in Burnaby I was renting it out, so I couldn't really put much art there. Now I can finally put up the art I've always wanted to put up. So yeah, that's pretty nice. So you guys can see there's a Larry Bird, Magic Johnson one. Had this for a while, just didn't get to put it up. The same Lake Tahoe pieces of art that you guys may have seen in my old San Francisco apartment is here as well. Then there's a panoramic view of Seoul, South Korea, of course. And then I have more cyberpunk stuff here. And also these lights here, which actually do light up. So if I put here, yeah, see, it lights up like that. So it's pretty nice, I guess. Nice decor there with that effect, and having the little things hanging down is pretty nice too, I guess. Originally there isn't any power outlet here, which is a disappointment, because I often do work from here as well. Not always in my office, my home office, but I sometimes work from the dining table. So I basically had to put an extension cord here, and then that way I can finally charge my laptop here. So that's the thing I had to do. But I wish there was an outlet here. This seems like a nice place to put an outlet, but just that they don't have one, so I had to use an extension cord. And yeah, we're gonna take a look at the home office now, aka the solarium, aka an enclosed balcony. There's a lot of names for this room. Okay, so this is my home office. It is officially called a solarium, but it's actually an enclosed balcony essentially. You do got a lot of light here in the summer, because Vancouver in the summer is very sunny, like almost every day it's sunny. So it's really nice to work here in the summer. In the winter it's going to get, you know, more gloomy, but at least right now it's really nice to be able to work here. And then yeah, you guys can see I have the same LG ultra-wide monitor I've used before. That's always been here. It is a 34-inch, so it's nice to be able to have one, especially for work. I'm a programmer, so it's nice to be able to have ultra-wide. And then a Logitech webcam for my conference calls. I actually use the Razer Anzu glasses to take meetings, and yeah, this is actually really useful because it has a really nice microphone, a surprisingly good microphone actually. The speakers are just all right, but they're built into glasses. What do you expect? But I don't use it to listen to music anyways. You mostly use it to take Zoom calls and stuff, and it also has a blue light filter built in. So yeah, I find this more convenient than using headphones, because yeah, it's just much more comfortable than using headphones, and also has a good microphone, so you know, why not? So these are Razer Anzus. I use this just for taking meetings and Zoom calls. Really useful. And then I have a Logitech MX Mechanical Mini here. This is a pretty nice, it's a mechanical keyboard, but it doesn't have like that really clicky feeling that most mechanical keyboards have. Instead, it's very, very quiet. So that's what I notice when I'm like using these. It's the keys are actually very quiet. They're called tactile quiet keys. So yeah, it's a nice keyboard to use for work because it's not very distracting and stuff. It's very easy and nice to type on, and yeah, it's nice and tactile. So just is very quiet, and it's only wireless. So the wired thing, the USB port is only so here it's only for charging. So you can't use it to actually connect to the computer. It's only wireless, but you can connect to 3 different devices, which is nice. And then I have a Logitech MX Master 3 here. Again, very good pairing with the MX Mechanical Mini. And yeah, this is just a nice mouse for work. I think a lot of my friends actually use the exact same or similar mouse. Logitech just makes really good stuff for working for home offices, so why not? MX Master 3 here and the MX Mechanical Mini together, and then I just got this Kensington gel wrist pad with the mouse pad. It looks pretty nice and it's comfortable. And over here I have the Google Home Hub. So this is basically a digital photo frame essentially, but it also has Google Assistant built in. So I can use it to ask Google, like, what's the weather, set a timer, something, play some music. But I usually mostly use this one for just displaying my photos and stuff. It's just photos of me, me and my friends, me and my family. So yeah, that's mostly what I use that one for. There's that. And this desk itself is, it's basically my old desk, only that I took half of it. So if you guys remember, at my Burnaby apartment, the desk that I had was an L-shaped corner desk, but obviously it doesn't fit here. So I had to just cut it in half kind of and just use the bigger half. And that's what this desk is. It's just the bigger half of my old desk. So I just managed to squeeze all the stuff in here, but there really isn't too much room. Down here, this is actually for my work. It's a GoDaddy Smart Terminal. So this is for testing, using for work. And then I have a filing cabinet here. So in this filing cabinet, here I have some external hard drives, some USB keys, pens and stuff, SD cards. I have a action camera here, some spare wireless earbuds and stuff like that. So yeah, basically that's the kind of stuff I would have in here. Oh yeah, some like sour candies and stuff like that, because I really like sour candies. So yeah, that's the stuff in the first drawer here. And then second one here, again, this is more like a lot of accessories and stuff like that. Yeah, so like chargers, lenses, yeah, things like that. And then this one here contains, let's see, microphones. It has headphones here, more headphones. Yeah, just a lot of other miscellaneous electronics I keep in here. And this one, yeah, it has my VR headset, controller, some spare mice, yeah, chargers and stuff. So that's what's inside those. All right, now this is my main computer, and this is my main chair. It's a steel case gesture. If you guys don't know, that steel case gesture is one of the most comfortable chairs you can get on the market. It just fits so many different seating positions and stuff. And I've used this for roughly 2 years, and I pretty much love it. It's I got the one with a headrest, so it's actually a kind of more custom version. But it's really nice because I sit in a lot of different positions, but especially I like to put my legs on the chair. I kind of sit like that sometimes, like with my feet up, and this chair really accommodates that well. It's very, very comfortable. So yeah, steel case gesture. I think this was like $1,000 US or something like that after the customization. But yeah, it's a very very nice chair. Love using it. All right, so this is my main computer area, and I actually did a video documenting how I built my custom computer. I built it a little bit over 2 years ago, but this is the Lanley, actually it's a Lanley custom case with the AMD Radeon 5800X CPU and my old GPU, the RTX 2070 in it. So yeah, built this over 2 years ago, still works really well. And on top of it, you guys can see that I have a Razer Wolverine Ultimate controller. I use this for games that are better with controllers, so like some third-person action games, and some fighting games or racing games, platformers, I think are better with a controller as compared to the mouse and keyboard. So I have that there for those games. I have a set of Bear Dynamic T1 second generation headphones here. Remember, I did a review comparing a whole bunch of open back headphones, and I ended up choosing this one. They are a really nice pair of headphones, and I really like especially the, it's a bit of a warm signature, but I really love the mid-range on it, and the intimacy sometimes you can get. It's not like the most, doesn't have the most soundstage for an open back headphone, but it really does have a lot of detail in it, so I really love the detail retrieval from these. But they are hard to drive, so I do have to get a headphone amp for those. But yeah, it's pretty nice. So yeah, down here, have my foot massager here. It's a Brio foot massager. See, I can put my feet here sometimes if I want to get, a massage or something like that. I guess it's convenient. But yeah, I have it down here. And then have a fan here because it gets pretty hot here in the summer. So yeah, this is a USB powered fan. Do have a power brick down here. You can see it's kind of messy. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff to power down here. And there's a Rel Acoustics T0 Mark III subwoofer here. It's a really small, compact subwoofer, so that's why I like it. And interesting thing about the Rel subwoofer is that it has a special input. So yeah, you can use a regular subwoofer cable here for the 0.1 and LFE, but they also have a high level input here, which only Rel subwoofers have. They have a special cable for it. So the other end of this cable connects to my speaker terminals on my Rotel. And I guess the reasoning that Rel has is that regular subwoofer cables, their output is like, or the audio is like separated from the speakers, right? It's like a different signal path. Whereas for the Rel, it's the exact same output as the speakers, so it can always be in sync with the speakers. But yeah, it's a really cool, interesting, I guess, input that they use here that's proprietary to Rel. They say that it makes the subwoofer more in sync with the speakers. So yeah, that's also really cool. This actually costs $500, believe it or not. It's not cheap, but I like it because it's a small size and it's got a decent amount of bass punch to it. And that's all connected to my speaker system up here. And yeah, that's one of the things that most people will notice is I have two sets of speakers. So you might be wondering, why do I have two sets of speakers? So originally, the story behind this is that I used to have only one pair of speakers, the PMC DB1 Golds. Those were about $1,100 US, and then I sold them because I actually think that this is a better value. These are actually $1,000 together. So I got all four of these speakers together for $1,000. So less than the price I paid for one pair of speakers that I had before. And my amp here, so you guys can see my integrated amp here is the Rotel A12s. So this amp actually is pretty special because it has two sets of speaker terminals, and actually because of that it can drive two sets of speakers, which is why I have two sets of speakers here. So yeah, Rotel A12 is a really nice integrated amp here. It can do Bluetooth, it has aux input, digital inputs. Obviously I'm using it for my PC right now with a PC USB input, but I think it's pretty nice. And then over here is my FiO K7 desktop DAC and amp. This is to drive my Beyerdynamic T1 headphones. Like I said, these are 600 ohm headphones, so usually they're pretty hard to drive. And my Rotel amp's built-in headphone amplifier, it doesn't cut it. So I need to have something better, so hence why I have this FiO K7. Also has this little like light up section right here, which makes it kind of like almost like a gamery device. So I guess that's pretty cool. But yeah, this is my, it's a pretty nice desktop DAC and headphone amp. And really, I only use it to pair with the Beyerdynamic T1s because these are, they really need a lot of power to drive 600 ohm impedance, and it does need a dedicated headphone amp and DAC for it. And yeah, keyboard right here is the same one I've used before. It's a Rocket Vulcan 121. It uses their version of the MX Brown switches. So the switches are basically tactile. They're not super clicky or anything like that, but they do have tactile feedback, which is what I want. I don't want something that's too linear, doesn't have enough feedback. So it gives me nice tactile feedback and not too loud as like the clicky versions. So it's pretty nice. And I have a HyperX wrist rest here for resting my wrist. And over here I have my Blue Yeti Nano. This is the microphone I use when I'm recording my gaming videos. So any video that you see me playing games, or even vlogs, right? Some vlogs, I'm using this microphone. It's a pretty nice microphone. Doesn't take up too much space, and it's pretty good sound quality, I think. So yeah, it's a Blue Yeti Nano. And then my mouse, this used to be my Logitech G502 Proteus Core, which I've used for many, many years, but then that mouse finally, well, it doesn't work as well anymore. So after like 8 years, it finally kind of started dying on me. So I decided to go with a different mouse. Of course, I kind of gone with Logitech again, but this time I decided to try something a little bit different. So I got the Corsair Night Sword. So this one has a crazy high DPI. I think it has over 20,000 DPI or something crazy like that. But yeah, it's a pretty nice mouse. It's originally meant for FPS gamers, but you know, you can use it for pretty much anything. And it looks pretty nice, I guess. Has that RGB lighting and stuff here. So yeah, this is the Corsair Night Sword. Finally changed out my mouse. It used to be a Logitech Proteus Core for such a long time, but now decided to try something different. And yeah, it's pretty nice mouse to use. So you can switch, adjust the DPI settings, of course. So yeah, pretty nice. So I have a wrist rest here and a Corsair mouse pad. I've used it for several years. It's pretty good. And then for the Rotel amp, like I said, it's powering 2 speakers, so it can actually power 1 or 2 or both in combination. That's pretty unique and flexible. Has several different inputs. It's got phono, tuner CD, USB, optical, coaxial, aux, USB, and Bluetooth. So yeah, very, very flexible amp. Has a lot of different inputs here. I can control the volume knob like this, but I usually don't do that. I just use it, usually leave it at 70, and then I just control the media with my keyboard here. So the Rocket Vulcan 121, I can either mute the sound like that or control the volume with this. So this is what I usually use to control the volume with. I also have something called a fidget cube here. This was actually a Kickstarter project that I backed. And yeah, it's basically just something for me to play around with, for my hands to do, because a lot of people, you know, they fidget with their hands and stuff. So when I'm listening in on meetings or something, or like, yeah, basically whenever I'm bored, yeah, I'll probably use this just for having something for my hands to do. So yeah, it's pretty good. All right, and then the speakers. So the top speakers are the Dali Oberon 1s, and the bottom speakers are the Monitor Audio Bronze 50s. And both of these put together are about $1,000 together. They're about $500 each. Yeah, these are pretty nice speakers, I think, especially for the price. Again, $1,000 for both of these combined together is better sound quality than just having one pair of $1,000 speakers, I think. So yeah, they're pretty nice speakers, and I have to make sure that when I bought these speakers, that the speaker impedances and the sensitivity are very similar, because they're both running from the same amp. So you got to make sure that at the same volume level, you're going to be getting similar volume from these speakers together. So you got to make sure they have similar nominal impedance and similar sensitivity. So yeah, in this case, they do have similar. Yeah, so I had to match up the specs there. So yeah, and they're both actually running on top of these isoacoustic stands. And this is important, guys. Like, people don't think this is important. This is important. When you have these stands actually cost about $100. These speakers stand on top of the stands and minimize the amount of vibration that usually, you know, causes the speakers to distort. So having these stands is important, so you minimize the vibration, and therefore you don't have as much distortion coming out of the speakers. So having good speaker stands is important. And then sitting on top of the Rotel amp is the Asus Predator monitor I've had for 2 years, I'd say. Yeah, it's a 27-inch monitor, and it's 1440p IPS display, so it's good enough for me. I don't need a 4K display. OLED displays are, you know, not very common and expensive, so this 1440p 27-inch IPS is good enough for me. It has G-Sync and everything, so yeah. Not that expensive or anything like that. This is actually got this on sale, I think, for about like $300. So it's really not that expensive, but you know, it works for me. And then I have a Creative Live webcam here. That's mostly what I use for vlogs and stuff like that. So yeah, if you guys want to see behind the amp, you guys can see some Kimber cables. So I use really top high quality cables here. Kimber cables, these ones cost like $100. And then I have bi-wired cables down there. Where you can see the Monitor Audio Bronze actually takes in 2 sets of speaker cables because it's bi-wired. So yeah, and both of them are going out to the Rotel A12, which you guys can see have 2 sets of speaker terminals. So that's how it can hook up 2 pairs of speakers. So anyways, you guys know how I care about audio a lot. So that's basically my, my desktop setup. All right, so there is another section to this home office aside from just the computers. So you guys can see that there's a set of artwork at the back. The top 3 pieces of art are by Hiroshige. So he's a famous Japanese ukiyo-e painter. He made a lot of nice woodblock prints, actually. So these are 3 of my favorite Hiroshige woodblock prints. I just happen to have it as a normal painting, as a normal piece of art. And then, of course, the bottom 2 are famous, right? The Nighthawks by Edward Hopper and Great Wave of Kamigawa by Hokusai. So very famous for the bottom 2. And over here, just some hooks to hang stuff. Right now I have a leveler hook hung on there. There's nothing else to hang, right? So might as well hang that one. Not sure what this thing is. It looks like a whiteboard thing. Just came with the unit. I'm not sure what I use it for, and I have a Dyson vacuum right there. So yeah, I used to use a Roomba, but now I don't need a Roomba anymore when I have this Dyson vacuum attached to the wall. And down here, this is where I put my guitar amplifier and my guitars. Really, there's no other place to put it in this place. So the only place left to put it is the solarium. So I know it's not ideal, but yeah, there really is no other place to put it right now. So you guys can see I put 3 guitars right here. I have more than that, but I have 3 guitars here right now. The G&L ASOT Special, the Martin OMJM, and the Duesenberg Joe Walsh Alliance right there. So 1 acoustic, 2 electrics there on hand. And then this is my amplifier and pedals. So this is my Milkman 1 Watt Plus amplifier, which is hand built in San Francisco. I got it all the way back in 2017 and still using it. It's a really nice amp. It's a nice Fender blackface. It's a kind of like a cross between a blonde and a blackface, I guess, type of tone. It's got a lot of nice clean headroom, and therefore making it a nice pedal platform. So you guys can see I'm kind of obsessed with pedals here, especially overdrive pedals. So yeah, a whole bunch of pedals here. I have a BBE wah right here, Boss looper, Catalan Ready, this is a booster, and then I have a 2-powered overdrive here, which is the tube starter light keeper. I have a Fender reverb, exotic compressor. I have a this is a Wampler Klon type overdrive, another Boss tuner right here. This is a pretty rare pedal to get now. It's a G-Town Holy Grail overdrive. It's a double type overdrive. Really nice pedal though. Expensive. And then here you have some extra pedals. Sometimes I use them: an Ibanez Tamura Mod Tube Screamer, Snouse Black Box, MXR Duke of Tone, and a Maxon 89 analog delay. And for the guitar cables, I use bullet cables here. Bullet cables mostly focus on the coiled cables, so they look pretty nice and they tame down the treble and highs a bit. And these coiled cables are actually Fenders. And these cables right here that go to the guitar are actually Rattlesnake cables. They're a US maker, boutique maker of guitar cables. They're pretty good as well. And then for the power supply, I use the BBE supercharger here, which powers most of my pedals with 9 volts. There are some pedals that require more than that, like the Tube Star Light Keeper does require like its own separate power supply. This is 2-powered. So yeah, for the rest of that, the amp and the BBE charger and some of the pedals require their own power supply, and that's powered by the Furman power conditioner that I have here. So yeah, that's pretty much it for my pedal board here. So yeah, that is basically my guitar area now. Yeah, it's definitely not as at my old Burnaby place, I definitely had more space for this. I even had space for like a microphone and a microphone stand, but I don't have space for that here in this place. So really this is the only place it can go. So that's my guitar area. And that's pretty much it. That is my work area, my gaming PC area, and my guitar area all in one place, which is the solarium slash indoor balcony, which I turned into my home office of sorts. So yeah, and you guys can see there's a nice view in the background. So you guys can see this is pretty close to the highway in Vancouver actually, and you guys can see the Rogers Stadium and Science World from here as well, which is actually a good time to show you guys the balcony. So this is the balcony. It's a smaller balcony than my old Burnaby place, but yeah, I have like some 2 chairs here that came with the unit, and then you guys can see the view here. It's a pretty nice day outside today in the summer, as always in Vancouver. Summer's always really nice here. So you guys can see the view from here. Yeah, so you guys can see the stadium, BC Place, Science World. The only thing is like the left side is blocked by this other part of the building right here, so that's a little bit unfortunate. But when I got this place, I really wanted to have a view of the water at least. So you guys can see the water here. At least there's just some part of the water you can see, which is nice in the Science World. And then all the way in the background, you can see Burnaby. See, that's Burnaby all the way in the background there. So I can see Burnaby from my place. SkyTrain state, you can see the SkyTrain from here actually as well. You can see obviously the cars from the highway. And yeah, it's and then not the other units right here. And yeah, that is Rogers Stadium over there. So that's pretty much the view from the balcony. But again, okay, here we go. Yeah, it's overall a smaller balcony than my Burnaby place. Um, it's better in some ways. I don't think it's necessarily better in every way. I do like the view from my Burnaby place balcony as well, but this is definitely a nice balcony for a downtown location. It is just as noisy as my Burnaby balcony, honestly, because you can still hear the SkyTrain and the cars and sirens and stuff like that. But that's what you get when you live downtown and you live near a highway. So yeah, that's the view from the balcony. It's pretty nice. Okay, so then come to the living room. So I already talked about some of the paintings on that side already. So I have another painting, the San Francisco one. This one I've actually had for a while. I had this in my San Francisco apartment as well. And my dad actually helped me install these shelves. And yeah, this is a nice, because originally, like, there wasn't any shelves here. My dad just put these on, and there's no space for me to put my game rack, which I had in my old apartment, and I need to be able to, you know, have some place to put my games, the ones I play fairly often, right? So this is my game rack now. My dad installed these shelves, so you guys can see PS5 games, PS4 games, Switch games here. Yeah, so now I have a place to put my games, because yeah, normally there's no space to put my game rack, so might as well use that to put games there. And then down here, you guys can see this is my Synology Disk Station server farm where I put a lot of my data. So there is 10 Synology Disk Stations here. Yes, 10 of them. I don't use all of them at the same time, but they're there for storing a lot of data. So you guys might be wondering, how much data do I need? Why do I have so much? So I have about 24 terabytes of data here, I'd say. And that's because I have a lot of movies, music, games, photos and videos, stuff like that. You know, all of my YouTube videos, I have over 4,000 YouTube videos. All my YouTube videos need to be stored somewhere. So that's why I have so much, I need so much storage space, right? And I don't like to use online storage solutions. I don't like to use Google Drive or iCloud or Amazon Drive or something. I don't like other companies having control of my data. So this is my own server farm, basically, to store my own data. The ones on this side are for 4-bay drives. So each of these hold 4 hard drives each. And I have 4 of them, and they're the 3.5-inch hard drives. So yeah, 4-bay drives for the 3.5-inch over here. And then over here I have 3 2-bay drives down here, and these are for the 3.5-inch. And I have 3 4-bay drives, and these are for the 2.5-inch laptop size. So yeah, total of 10. These ones are for the bigger hard drives, and all 4-bay. These are 2-bay for the bigger hard drives. These are 4-bay for the smaller hard drives. Then a TP-Link router right here, and Nintendo Switch OLED right here. So that's pretty much the only place I can put it. Really isn't a lot of space here. You guys can see there's a ton of cables, but at least I have an Audio Quest Power Quest 2 power conditioner right there, and a Belkin surge protector. Yeah, and then have my modem there. It's a TELUS modem. And then I have my PS5 and PS5 controllers. Again, not much space, so I just put it on top of the PS5. So yeah, and then the Martin Logan subwoofer right here is the Dynamo 400 subwoofer. It's a pretty nice subwoofer. I got it as part of a home theater package, and I continue to use it. So as you see all the mess of cables in the back. So not much you can do about that, right? Because there's really no other place you can put the stuff in this living room. Because I actually had to fit 2 of my sofas here. I had to fit my Lazy Boy sofa because I paid a lot for this Lazy Boy sofa, this recliner, like over $2,000 US for it, and I did not want to throw it out. I did not want to sell it, so I had to find some place to fit it in this room here, and this room already came with this L-shaped sofa. So I was like, okay, I gotta find a way to fit this sofa in here and still make room, right? And I did manage to fit it in, but as a result of that, that's why you guys can see space is just so tight, and that's why I had to like kind of cram everything in one corner here. There is a Hori Fighting Commander here for playing retro games. That's attached to the Switch right now. The NVIDIA Shield controller, believe it or not, this is not for playing games most of the time. It's actually for using with my NVIDIA Shield, which is actually my TV box, which I use to watch movies and stuff. So yeah, and of course I have my Lazy Boy recliner here and my Comfy massage seat. So I already did a review on these already. So yeah, my Nintendo Switch Pro controller right here. I like that this Lazy Boy seat has a built-in charger, so you can charge something here, and of course it has a power recline. So this is how much you can recline back. Yeah, about like this. And it's enough that when you recline both seats, yeah, you can actually kind of sleep on here, which is nice. So when I have people over and they really don't have a place to sleep, they're just couch surfing or they want to crash here, then yeah, they can actually just power recline both the seats and then they can kind of sleep like that. So it works, I guess. And it's a really nice material because it's actually spill resistant, I believe. So if you spill anything on it, it's very easy to clean up. All right, and then this is my TV stand. That's the same as before. It's a LG C9, 4K 55-inch OLED TV. I've used this for 4 years now, I'd say. Yeah, so I've had this for a while. Thought about mounting this on the wall, but then figured I'm not really gaining much from it because even if I mount it on the wall, it's not like I get too much space out of the TV stand. As you can see, the space here is mostly taken up by speakers and an amplifier right now. So yeah, the amplifier here is a Marantz Cinema 60, and this is kind of a new amplifier. You know, it's got dust on it, but it's a new amplifier, and I already did a review on this recently. It is an upgrade from my Marantz NR1510. Reason I upgraded is mostly because I needed more power. So I have neat Ministra bookshelf speakers right here. These are $2,000 bookshelf speakers, and they're 4-ohm speakers, so they require a lot of power to drive. Hence why I needed to upgrade my receiver. So my old Marantz only had 50 watts of power, so this one has 100 watts of power, double the amount of power. So yeah, and I found this for a good deal too. So this is actually retailing for $1,700 US, brand new, but I got it for $1,000. So I got this at a pretty good discount, and it's in new condition, so why not, you know? So also the sound quality is better compared to the cheaper Marantz, of course. So yeah, and you have the Pure Direct, MDAX, even has Zone 2. I don't use that. You can change the different sound modes. It actually comes with Dolby Surround, which I actually use, and it comes with DTS Neural X. I don't use Neural X as much. I don't find that as natural sounding, but the Dolby Surround I think works really well. Yeah, that's a pretty nice receiver that I got upgraded. It looks really nice too. A little bit better than most black box receivers. And then I have my NVIDIA Shield down here. This is really the device I use to play retro games through emulators, and I use it for YouTube, Netflix, you know. All the normal smart TV stuff I use the NVIDIA Shield for. And I think it does a good job because it connects to all these different apps, and plus you can install Android stuff on it because it runs Android TV. So that's pretty nice. Over here is a PS4 Pro. So that's where my PS4 is. And I don't use this. This is just some cable thing that the TELUS forced me to get. Over here, CDs. I don't really play too many CDs, but I do have them here. And if I really did want to play CDs, I do have my PS3 for that. I don't have a CD player here, but I do store my CDs here in case, you know, in case I want to pull out a CD player of my PS3 and play them, I guess. All right. So here, just basically extra controllers. Yeah, extra controllers. That's basically what that is. And then over here again, I don't play DVDs that much, but I do have DVDs here. So anyways, it's just a place to put them. Again, I don't really play them much, but if I ever feel a need to pull out my PS3, then I can play the CDs and DVDs. Okay. And then, yeah, the speakers. So these are Martin Logan 2i's for the surrounds. Right now, I don't have space to put surround speakers. At least I do have space, but I just don't want to run the wires, right? Because one of the things I really hate is having like all these like tangled wires everywhere. So if you guys look at my room right here, where would I put surround speakers, right? So like if I put surround speakers, it would have to be like here and like here, right? And what am I going to do about that? Am I going to wall mount them? If I wall mount them, maybe it might work, but then you still have to have cables running across the wall. Like the speakers might have to be here or something. Like it's just hard for me to put a surround system here. So that's why I put the surround speakers on top of these right now. It's not really surround that way, but you know, where else can I put them, right? if I wall mount them, or if I like put like different stands here, it's just going to take up a lot of space, and then I have wires running everywhere, and it's just a hassle. So anyways, it's still kind of like a 5.1 system, only that the surround speakers are technically more additional front firing speakers. And then of course my normal front firing speakers, my left and right, are the Neat Acoustics Ministra, which I mentioned already. These are really nice speakers. They have a true ribbon tweeter here, and they have an isobaric base loading driver right here, which means they actually have two drivers inside of here. This is just the outer facing one, but they have an additional one inside that you guys can't see that gives it extra bass. And that's part of the reason why it's so expensive. You don't see isobaric loaded speakers very often. And yeah, these ones are all like fully handmade in the UK. You guys can see back there. Yeah, these are all fully handmade in the UK, these Neat Acoustics Ministra. So really good speakers. I really wanted to use them actually in my home theater system. Just didn't think about using them because my Marantz receiver was not powerful enough to drive them. So I just might as well upgraded my Marantz receiver, and now I can use them with the Neat Acoustics Ministra. So yeah, and then the center channel is a Martin Logan 8i. So this is also a pretty nice center channel here, right? It also has two drivers here, and it has the folded motion tweeter that Martin Logan is famous for. Actually, this whole setup here has like ribbon tweeters, right? Yeah, there's like folded motion tweeter there, folded motion tweeters there, and then true ribbon tweeters there. So I think the high end I get from this setup is really nice, really fast dynamic transients. I really like that. And then PS4 controllers right there. I'll put them a little bit closer. There we go. Speakers all premium, of course. I'm using, again, expensive cables as well. I'm using Blue Jeans cable for the center channel, and I'm using Kimber cables for the left and right. So pretty premium stuff. Actually, I did decide to put my PS3 Slim here, so now all the DVDs that I showed you guys and the CDs can actually be played, because yeah, my PS3 Slim can play both of those things. So I think it's nice to have a PS3 Slim here just in case to play DVDs and CDs as well as PS3 games. So yeah, I think that fits well here. So I have PS3, PS4, and PS5, and there's reasons for all three of them for being here. So yeah, that's pretty much my living room. Of course, I kept the same coffee table as before. That's the same one. It's one to fit it in here, and then the L-shaped sofa, which originally came with the room. So yeah, definitely have more space here for people who want to come over and hang out and chill. Overall, it does look a little bit cramped because I do have two sofas here. One is an L-shaped and one is a love seat recliner, but it was hard for me to get rid of both of these sofas, or one of these sofas actually, because I wanted to have the L-shaped sofa for parties and events, and I at the same time wanted to keep the love seat, the lazy boy recliner as well. So in order to keep both, this is the way it has to be. It looks a little bit cramped, but can't do much about it if I wanted to keep both. All right, over here I have a lamp desk and a Google Nest Hub Max. So the Nest Hub Max is basically just a bigger version of the Google Home Hub. This is a 10-inch version, and it also has much louder speakers, so I can actually use this one to play some music to fill the room with. Although I prefer to use my my home theater system for that, but this one can play music at decent volumes. It will fill the whole room if you turn up the volume to full. So these speakers are surprisingly can get surprisingly loud. And in addition to that, of course, you have the regular Google Assistant stuff, and it just functions as a digital picture frame. So yeah. So normally it does that, and I can also use it to play music. So that's pretty nice. And yeah, this can actually charge your phone, and you can plug in something to it as well. I don't have anything else to put here normally. I just have right now I have a cigar box here actually, because recently I just did a video on that, and who knows, if I have a party over, some people might want to smoke something. For now, I just have a cigar box here. All right, let's check out the bedroom next. So I actually have a bedroom. This is another display, by the way. It's another kind of Japanese cyberpunk-ish vibe. So yeah, I have a bedroom. Yay. I haven't had a bedroom in such a long time, actually. The last time was when I was living in San Francisco. So yeah, it's nice to be able to have a bedroom again. So this is what my bedroom looks like. And the main thing is my mattress is the same Simmons mattress I've used before. It is a really, really comfortable mattress, guys. I paid like $1,500 for that. It's worth it. It's a memory foam mattress, but you know, having a good mattress is honestly really important. Just like having a good chair is important. The chair and the mattress are two of the things you'll be spending, for me, right? Because I work at home. It's two of the things I spend most of my life on, right? I spend most of my life, you know, either sitting in a chair or sleeping. So yeah, that's why I put a lot of, you know, money into it. So I think the steel case gesture for the chair and having this nice Simmons mattress is really, really beneficial for me. And having good sleep is so beneficial, you know. When I was living in Korea, I was just sleeping on the floor or sleeping on my crappy mattresses, and it really killed my back. So having a good sleep and then having a really comfortable mattress, I think, is so important. So yeah, and these are actually all rayon bamboo sheets here. So the duvet covers, pillowcase covers, bed sheets, these are all rayon bamboo. I think these are really nice, comfortable, especially in the summer, as it actually cools you down. And actually having a nice, cool, you know, bed sheet and comforter and stuff is really vital for having good sleep, I think, to help get you to sleep. I think that's one of the things that people said, is that optimally people will sleep easier when they have a cooler mattress or cooler bedding, and then they'll wake up easier when they have like a warmer. So it's basically cooler when you sleep, warmer when you wake up is basically how you should get a good sleep. And then this is what what people call a reading pillow. And this is actually really comfortable because a lot of times I might just put myself, like, lie on my mattress and just, like, you know, look at videos and stuff on YouTube and just use my laptop like that, and I'll just lie against this reading pillow. It's really comfortable. So yeah, a lot of times when I lie in bed, I need something to prop my back against, and this is a nice bed frame, and I have this bed rest here, but having this reading pillow is even better. So yeah, I have that, and then I have two teddy bears here. One is Amazon exclusive, and then one is the Steiff limited edition Hercule bear from 1950s. I actually did a video on that guy. But yeah, have that there. And I have a world map that actually came with the unit. So let's keep that there. I have another cyberpunkish display picture there. I have a nightstand here. This one I just ordered from Amazon and built it. So yeah, this is the Rourke Audio R1 Mark IV. It's basically a Bluetooth speaker, alarm clock, FM radio, and yeah, I've used it for a few years so far. I think it works pretty well. It's actually got pretty decent sound quality, although I don't really use it to play music much. The only music that comes out of it is when I wake up from bed and I just wake up to the radio, right? So in terms of that, you know, that's the only kind of music I really hear from it, but it works well. And yeah, I've used it for a few years. So yeah, the Rourke Audio R1 Mark IV. I have a charger here with my Sony Xperia phone right now. That's actually the Rourke. The Rourke does have a charger built into it, which is nice. And then I have a Himalayan salt lamp right here. Yeah, I have this as a lamp. Actually, there's no lights in this room, so I gotta have lamps so you guys can see yeah, the charging port on the back of the R1 right there. And right now I'm just charging this is my Hybee R6 DAP. That's being charged by this nightstand, actually, because this nightstand comes with a few charging ports. So there's a few charging ports on the nightstand right there, and actually one of them is for the LED lighting. So this does come with LED lights right here, just to kind of add like a nice, cool ambience to this room. These are the laptops I usually by my bedside. So when I'm doing YouTube videos, looking at YouTube and stuff like that, replying to comments, this is what I use. I use a HP Dragonfly Elite G3 as my main Windows laptop, and MacBook Air M2 as my main, you know, Mac laptop. And then I have an Asus ZenBook Pro here for gaming. So my Alienware stopped working basically for gaming, so I had to get a new gaming laptop, and this is what I use for gaming now for my laptop. I use my main desktop computer for most of my gaming, but then for certain games I do use this gaming laptop here, the ZenBook Pro. And then I have the charger for the ZenBook Pro right here. And yeah, on these drawers, let's see. Well, I have this is like a pair of video glasses, actually. I did a recent review on these, the Rokin Max. I decided to keep this one. Basically, it displays like a virtual 200-inch screen. When you use it, it's almost like being in a cinema by yourself. It's really cool. And I use it actually with these two devices here. This is the GPD Win 4 and GPD Win 3, which are pocket gaming PC handhelds. So yeah, you know, perfect when I want to just lie down in bed. I want to play a PC game using one of these handhelds. I just hook up these glasses to it. So really cool. And then second drawer here, what do we have? This is for my gaming sessions actually. So when I use my Asus ZenBook Pro for gaming, then yeah, I have the SteelSeries mouse pad. I have these Dan Clark Audio Aeon X closed. This is for when I'm playing games with my buddy. Yeah, I use these headphones, which actually is using the Shanling UA2. So this one does need some power to drive, so I actually do have a USB-C dongle here to drive them, which is the Shanling UA2s. These are really nice actually, by the way. Pretty nice DAC, decent amount of power for what it is, right? It's pretty small. So yeah, the Dan Clark Audio Aeon X closed is what I use for gaming. And then I have the Razer Viper right here. This is the Viper 8K Hertz, so it's pretty nice mouse here. Again, my Logitech G502 stopped working, so I had to get something else for my gaming mouse. So I have the Corsair Night Sword as my main gaming mouse, but then for my gaming laptop, I use the Razer Viper. So yeah, it's a pretty nice one. I got it on sale actually, so you know, might as well pick it up for my gaming laptop. All right, and let's get this out of the way here. All right, and the very last drawer here, I think this is just some extra stuff I don't really, oh yeah, here's my Pro score. So yeah, this one doesn't work anymore sadly, but I still keep it. I guess just kind of a memento. This has lasted me for 8 years. The Logitech G502 Proteus Core. You've served me well for such a long time, old friend. Yeah, keep it there still. And I have a Ducky 2SF mechanical keyboard as a backup keyboard, I guess. All right. So that's my nightstand. I also have another closet here. Mostly right now it's being used just to store some extra stuff like boxes and things like that. I probably should clean this up at some point, but right now, yeah, it's just some like random stuff right now, some boxes and stuff like that. All right, this side of the room. Right now, this is another lamp. So by the way, guys, this one, I can choose to turn on this Himalayan lamp just by pressing one of the light switches here. So there is no light in this room, but there is a switch that controls one of the outlets here. So I guess the idea is to hook up like a lamp to one of these outlets, and then the only one of these outlets is controlled by the light switch. So that's how it works. Yeah, and then I have another lamp here. This lamp also has a charging port. I have a fan here because it gets really hot here in Vancouver in the summer, so I have a fan. No AC in Vancouver, by the way, usually in most places, and so yeah, we kind of need like a fan or something, or I don't have enough space to install my own AC, so just have a fan here, and I have an aroma diffuser right here, which is like, I guess, pretty nice. I put these, this is a cinnamon leaf and bark essential oil in here. I find that it really helps when I wake up, and yeah, just in general when I'm sleeping and stuff like that, it's nice to be able to have some aromatherapy. I have an air purifier here by Levoit. That's where this one is. Helps me sleep with good air quality, I guess. And yeah, I turn this lamp on, it's just like this, and actually I can change the light. Yeah, I can make it yellow if I want to. So that's how that one works. All right, and then over here, the other side of my bedroom, you can see there is a mirror. So hello guys. And here is my bedroom stereo. So I actually have these extra Martin Logan 15 speakers, which used to be part of my home theater setup, but now since I'm using the Neat acoustic speakers, yeah, these ones I might as well put it to good use, and I have it as part of my bedroom stereo setup now. And I have a Leak Audio Stereo 130 amp here, pretty nice amp. I used it with Bluetooth. Actually is one of the main things I use it for. I just lie down on the bed and listen to some songs with Bluetooth, or when I'm watching a movie, I can link it to my laptop, and then the audio will come from here, which is nice. And I use it with my turntable. So I have a turntable set up right here. So that's what I use the Leak Stereo 130 for. and it's not like a really powerful amp, but it doesn't need to be for what I use it for, right? So anyways, it's a pretty nice sounding amp. It actually sounds kind of warm because it's trying to duplicate the sound of a tube amp, actually. So yeah, this is my home stereo setup, Martin Logan 15s with the stereo, Leak Stereo 130. And this is my final preamp. It's a Cambridge Audio Alva Duo. So I have a moving coil cartridge on my turntable right now, and because of that I need to have a separate final preamp. So this is the Alva Duo, and of course it does moving coils. So yeah, it's pretty nice. So it's pretty easy to use, pretty simple. I've always thought Cambridge Audio stuff has this really like industrial design to it, and it's not too expensive. It's mostly they make kind of affordable stuff. So I thought, yeah, it's pretty nice, and keeps the whole setup here. I think it actually ties well together with the Leak, since they're both British brands, and with another British brand here, actually, Rega. So this is my turntable. It is a Rega Planar 3. It is a very well respected turntable. Actually, the Rega Planar 3 is one of the most famous turntables. You guys can actually see the records. I have a Journey record right now at the back, but then I have the rest of my records down here. But yeah, this is a nice turntable. All right. And this is a belt-driven turntable, is not direct drive, but you know, a lot of old school audiophile purists prefer belt-driven, actually. And this turntable cartridge has been upgraded. Actually, never came with a turntable cartridge. I got this one without one. So the one I put in is the Hana SL. It is very well-respected Japanese brand. A lot of Japanese brands make phono cartridges, by the way. So in addition to Hana, there's also Sumiko, there's Nagaoka, there's Audio Technica, there's Denon, Dynavector. There's so many Japanese phono cart makers, and Hana's one of them. They're well respected. And actually, the cost of this phono cart is $500. So that's, you know, a substantial part of the cost of the turntable, right? Is the phono cartridge. So yeah, that's the Rega Planar 3 with the Hana SL cart, going into the Cambridge Alva Duo, and then going into the Leak Stereo 130, and coming out of the Martin Logan 15s. So that is my bedroom stereo setup, and again, this is where I keep my records. So yeah, I think these are my rock records right there, and I have some of my jazz records and other records right there. So yeah. All right, so that is my home stereo setup in the bedroom. So yeah, I have a home theater set up, but then in my bedroom I have another stereo setup as well. You know, I have to have some place to play my vinyl records, guys, and why not in the bedroom? So yeah, that's my my bedroom. You guys can see another piece of display art hanging there. That's another Japanese cyberpunk thing. Yeah, this one, and you can see the view from here as well, which you guys can see like this. Okay, yeah, zoom in. Okay, yeah, you can see distant Burnaby there, a lot of the other condos in this area. Ooh, can you see the SkyTrain actually is working right now. See, that is the SkyTrain, and very close, actually. I'm very close to the SkyTrain station. See, but from here it's actually quite quiet. When you go to the balcony, of course it's noisy and loud, but yeah, here is actually, you know, kind of quiet, so it's good. You can kind of hear it, I guess. Yeah, so yeah, that's it. And then you can see, of course, Science World and everything from here. Okay, so that's the view in my bedroom. So below my bedroom stereo is my dresser, which I built myself. This is just something I got from Amazon. It has 6 drawers, which I thought would be enough, but actually I think it's still not enough to store all my clothes, honestly. Yeah, it's pretty filled right now. And actually I'm kind of regretting getting this, whatever this this seller is, because it's not that great of a quality. As you can see, the way that they designed it, it's a little bit crooked. I had a hard time actually getting these knobs, these dresser drawer knobs, to really like kind of screw in properly. so I had to use like extra glue to get them to stick on. So overall, it's not really that great quality. I kind of regret getting this dresser. I should have probably gotten another brand or something. But anyways, this is a 6-drawer dresser, and still it's not it's not really enough to fit all my clothes, unfortunately. And also the yeah, the quality's not that great. It's really kind of crooked. But anyways, it is what it is, and at least there's enough room on top where I can place my tabletop stereo, and at least it does store most of my clothes, I guess. So over on this side, we have another painting, and this one is interesting because it's like a combination of Great Wave off Kamigawa and Starry Night, you know, by two very famous artists, Hokusai and Vincent van Gogh. I found it really interesting that they got combined together. So anyways, I hang this this painting in my bedroom right here. Yeah, it's an interesting combination of two very famous paintings. All right, and actually over on this side is something arguably even more interesting, and this is actually a deconstruction of the iPhone 4S by a company called Grid Studio. I think they're based in, or they ship from China or whatever, and they actually have a few different models of Android and iPhones and stuff. Like they'll have some very prominent, memorable phones, right? So they have all the iPhones up to, I think, 10 or something, and they have, you know, the first Android phone, which is the T-Mobile G1, and they have a few other stuff, a few other phones on there. But I chose the iPhone 4S because this phone was very important to me. It was actually the very first smartphone that I had that I actually used as a smartphone, that I used more than just taking calls and texting, right? So my first smartphone was technically the iPhone 3G, but because that one was so slow and the camera wasn't good, I didn't use it for, you know, anything other than just texting and calling. The iPhone 4S, which I got back in 2012, is the first phone I used for actually taking pictures and for using apps and yeah, more than just calling and texting. So I think this is a very important phone for me as a tech collector. Now I don't have an iPhone 4S in my collection, but it's cool I can get something like this. There's a company that actually makes stuff like this that deconstructs different important phones, I guess, like the iPhones and different Android phones as well. And yeah, I just saw it online one day, and I was like, okay, I want to get something like this to hang on my wall, because as a tech reviewer and as a collector, this is something really cool, right? The iPhone 4S being the first smartphone I used that's more than just a phone. So yeah, I used it from like 2012, 2013. During those years, started taking pictures more, because before that I didn't really take any pictures before that using my phone or anything really. So yeah, I just after getting the iPhone 4S, finally got to actually taking pictures, you know, with my friends and everything like that. This was the first phone I really did that with. Also, the first phone I had when I went to Korea, right? When I went to Korea for the first time in September 2013, this was the phone I had. So I have a lot of good memories with the iPhone 4S. Yeah, I used it for almost 2 years, 2012 and 2013. When I was living in San Francisco, it was that was a really cool time with good memories and stuff like that. And the 4S really is an important part of those memories. Yeah, and it's really cool. They break it down, right? They got the display here, and they, you know, they break down the different components, like the processor, which is an Apple A5 in the 4S. The camera, which is actually a really good camera for the time. That's kind of why I use the iPhone 4S actually for taking pictures. The first phone I used for taking pictures regularly, because it actually had a pretty decent camera. It was my first phone with a pretty decent camera, really solid camera for the time actually. And yeah, you can see like how they broke the components apart. It has some quotes down here by Steve Jobs and everything. So yeah, this is made by a company called Grid Studio. They make a whole bunch of different, I guess, different kinds of frames for other phones as well, mostly for iPhones and some Android phones, but you guys can check them out. Yeah, Grid Studio. So yeah, that's something I thought was really interesting. I can just show off and hang up on my wall here. All right. Okay. All right, over here is my washer and dryer. So yes, I have an indoor washer and dryer. My previous place in Burnaby, I had to go downstairs, right, to wash into like a dedicated room to wash my clothes like everyone else. But now I have my own dedicated washer dryer units. So they're both LG. Yeah, pretty nice. I guess they do the job. So yeah, it's definitely more convenient to have my own washer and dryer here so I can use them at any time. So yeah. Right. Okay, now my bathroom here, which also contains some upgrades as well. So yeah, this is my bathroom. It doesn't actually look that modern. So I mean, this place was built 2007. So nothing here has been really renovated or anything like that. See, I would like to have the sink be like a square type of sink, not this this bowl here. I don't really like that. But anyways, it is what it is. Of course, I have a cabinet right here, but I need to have like a better way to organize that. See, that looks really messy. So they don't come with like, this cabinet doesn't come with like different shelves, unfortunately. And then some mirror, hello again. And these are some shelves that my dad helped install. So we have a shelf right here. So you guys can imagine when I first came into this place, there's no shelves, and I didn't have, I had to put all my stuff on here, which gets really messy, right? So now that we have shelves, it's nice to be able to organize some more stuff. So I have a shelf there, and then we have more shelves here. So that's to help organize some of the stuff. So this wasn't here before, it's the stuff that my dad helped install. So you can imagine without these shelves, everything had to be go on the counter, which makes things a lot more messy. But now we have these shelves, right? Now we have we can free up some room on the counter. And then this Edward Hopper painting right here, pretty nice. And I also have a scale here so that people can weigh themselves near the door. So yeah, have that one there. Pretty convenient, I think. And yeah, normal bathtub and shower here. Nothing special to say about here. Yeah. Again, I kind of wish this would be bigger, but just what it is. So the main upgrade I did here was the toilet. I actually changed out the toilet to a bidet style. So I actually put in a total washlet type of bidet cover right here. This is actually made by Volvo, a Korean company. But you guys can see, actually, these functions are really cool. I actually got really into bidets after I visited Italy, and I think they're pretty useful. So right now you can see there's a light coming from the toilet. Actually, it helps me see the toilet at night, right, without having to turn on the lights. So yeah, this is a LED light right there, and you guys can actually see the nozzle come out. Yeah, see, that's where the bidet is. So pretty cool. Yeah. It's not going to spray anything when no one is sitting on it. There's a sensor here. You gotta sit on it for it to actually spray anything. So there's a few different features of this Volvo washlet. So they have like one for women, one for men here. I guess because they have different positions where the water needs to come out. And then they have a turbo wash option, which is using both the positions at once. So they can, I guess it's like a turbo wash, right? You can get both of them at once and then dry, so you can blow some air to dry your butt, and heat the seats, so you can increase the temperature or decrease the temperature depending on how warm you want the seats to be. Really nice in the winter, of course. You can also increase or decrease the water temperature as well, right? I prefer to have my water a little bit warm, but you can have it even hotter than that. And then yeah, rest of this, you can choose the nozzle position and stuff, power saving function, clean the nozzle and stuff, and then the LED light, which I already showed before. So yeah, pretty useful, and yeah, a lot of features and functions that work with this. It's cool to have a bidet, right? It makes sense because now you use less toilet paper than before, and it's actually better for the environment, and it keeps you cleaner. So, all right. So for the electronics in this room, there's a Conair hairdryer right there, Braun electric razor. I can actually tilt that back so it charges. All right, and a Waterpik water flosser, Philips Sonicare toothbrush, which is very popular, I believe. And oh yeah, the Volvo washlet, of course, is all connected to that power bar right there. Yeah, to me, it's a no-brainer to get one of those. Not that expensive, by the way. It's maybe about $300. Yeah, at least to me. Okay, and here is the storage room or / walk-in closet converted into a collection room to display my figurines and stuff. So yeah, again, there's a mirror here. So hello once again. This is the room where I put all my collectibles and things like that. So over here, you guys can see that there is a poster of, this is Marquise Chris from Steins Gate. And then you guys can see basketball figurines and other figurines here. There's Goku from Dragon Ball Z. Actually, this is from Xenoverse 2 Collector's Edition. Bruce Lee figurine from Enter Bay. I've had this for a while. Very nice figurine. And you guys can see all the basketball figurines here. Jerry West, Elgin Baylor, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. These are actually all signed by them. So that's really cool and neat. Magic Johnson, Shaq, Larry Bird, who is also signed by him, Michael Jordan. So that's all the figurines there. There's another display here, which is more related to video games. So that's why I hung this one here. I think it looks pretty neat. And then here's my spare guitar and amp, the Lava ME2 and Vox Mini 5. I just keep them here just in case I need them. So yeah, this area is pretty interesting because I can really show off some of my computer collection here. As you guys know, I'm a collector of different electronic devices. So I can just pull out this one and you guys can see, oh, this is my kind of UMPC portable computer collection right here. So you guys can see I have my Neo Air Pro, my ROG Ally right here, Steam Deck, GPT Pocket 3, One Mix Yoga 3, a GPT Micro PC, GPT Win 2, PS Vita, Nintendo 3DS, an Astro Slide right here, which is actually kind of rare now, and a Razer Phone 2, LG Wing. These are actually kind of like my backup computers, I guess, or backup phones. Yeah, my backup phones are here. Unihertz Titan Pocket, Motorola Razr Fold, iPhone 12 mini, Aston Kern SC100, my Planet Computers Cosmo Communicator. So yeah, that's kind of like my UMPC spare phone collection right there. And then my GPT Win 3 and 4 are in my bedroom. Yeah, and then down here, my backup laptops. So you guys can see my backup laptops. Yeah, I have a Google Pixel Book here, Alienware M15R5. I have a ThinkPad TP25, 25th anniversary edition there. I have a ThinkPad X61, very old computer there. A Dell Latitude D600, very old computer there. iPad Pro 10.5 from 2017. I have a ThinkPad X240. That's actually one of my first computers. It's still here in the iPad Air, which was my first iPad. It's still there. So yeah, that's pretty much my collection. If pretty easy to just slide out and then show people, hey, you want to see my collection, right? It's pretty useful to have that, and it's hidden behind this glass display panel, which is nice. Then down here, I have just like a lot of cables and stuff like that. So this used to be in my in kind of my closet when I was in my Burnaby apartment. But yeah, here I'm just putting them in storage boxes. So this one, I believe, yeah, it's just kind of a whole bunch of like random stuff. Underneath here is like AV cables, basically. And then over here is more AV cables, like speaker cables, HDMI cables, USB cables and stuff. Over here, I think is guitar cables and some spare artwork and stuff is right there that I didn't get to hang yet. And then these two are actually my dolls, which I used to keep that in an ottoman in my previous apartment, but now I don't have space for an ottoman. So yeah, as you guys can see, the spare dolls are right here. If you guys really want to see these dolls, they are in my previous apartment tour video, my Burnaby apartment tour video. I have shown them before, but here, yeah, just keep them here for now. Don't really have space to show them, fortunately. Yeah, I have my iron board there. I also have the Geim Sentinel XP. This is a portable external monitor. I have this in addition to the ViewSonic, another portable external monitor I have. So yeah, both of these can be used on the go, but this one is more meant to be used with a gaming console like a PS3 or PS4. So I can just, yeah, I can attach it with the external monitor in here and then just carry it together. And yeah, if I'm ever traveling somewhere, I can just take them both with me. So that's pretty cool. And here are my figurine collection. So yeah, you guys can see that this is pretty much the only place I can keep these for now. Alright, so let's go from the top shelf. So this is my Saberforge Bane Mark II lightsaber, which I had custom built for me back in 2018. Took me actually 6 months to get it. So it's a really cool lightsaber. And then I have the Mandalorian helmet Lego build, which I actually did a build video on, if you guys want to watch that. But it was pretty fun to build. It also comes with these LED lights that I installed as well. So yeah, yeah, basically built that one, had this one custom built for me. And then the second shelf here, I have also stuff I built too. I built this Machine Dramon This is a Digimon, by the way. I also have a video building him. He's a really cool looking Digimon. And then I have Megatron here in dragon form. I also showed him off in a video before. He can transform into a, robot dragon. Also, probably my favorite Transformer. Really, really cool. And then back here you have a Broly figure from Dragon Ball Z that my friend gave me, and a Diablo resin figurine from Blizzard. Really, really highly detailed, that one. So yeah, that's the second shelf here, and then going on to the third shelf, more figurines. I have Tifa here from Final Fantasy VII Remake. This is the Play Arts Kai figurine. I did a video on her already. This is Noir from the Hyperdimension Neptunia series. Actually, this is another one of my favorite Transformers, Rampage. So he's like kind of this metallic crab that can transform into a tank. Really, really cool there. He's just kind of sitting around. Spider-Man with the Tony Stark suit in the background. And then we have Makis Chris from Steins Gate in the background. I think that is a Kotobukiya, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think that's a Kotobukiya. And then Jimi Hendrix in the background. Yeah, another really cool figurine that I got from Knucklebones. Had him for a while. And then an Omnimon, another Digimon that I built myself. So yeah, that is the second shelf here. Or third shelf, I should say. Third shelf. And then fourth shelf here, more smaller figurines, I'd say. I have this Jimi Hendrix Funko Pop doll. I have a bunch of StarCraft figurines right here. And then I have Noel Vermillion from Blaze Blue, one of my favorite fighting games. StarCraft Battlecruiser right here. And then I have a Gundam. This is a Gundam Wing Zero Custom right there from Gundam Wing. Actually, Endless Waltz, the movie, I should say. Then I have, this is Sumika from Love, the visual novel series. Got her from the Kickstarter backer edition. Then I have Lucina from Fire Emblem Awakening and Mega Man X. So this is X from Mega Man X. I think this is a True Force figurine. And then in the really further back in the background, you guys can see the Duke Nukem statue from Duke Nukem Forever Collector's Edition. Two bobbleheads of me that I made a long time ago. A Fallout bobblehead. And Johnny Gat from Saints Row in the background right there. And Super Saiyan 2 Gohan from Dragon Ball Z. So yeah, that's pretty much. Oh yeah, and the Valkyria Chronicles tank. That's from the collector's edition. So yeah, that's the fourth shelf right here. And then moving on to the fifth shelf. These are the Gundam figurines, which you guys may have seen in my previous apartment tour videos that were used to be at the top of my bookshelf, now at the bottom here. So both of these Gundams are from Gundam Seed Destiny, which is probably my favorite Gundam series, surprisingly, right? Not a lot of people agree, but I think Gundam Seed Destiny is probably my favorite. So I have the Strike Freedom right here, and I have the Destiny Gundam right here. And then at the back, I have a steampunk version of Darth Vader. Yes, a steampunk version of him. So this industrial arts version of him is really cool. And then this is Diva from Overwatch. So I have her in the background as well. So yeah, that is the fifth shelf. And then I have two other drawers down here. The first drawer is this is my laptop cooling fan, I guess, because I used to have these laptops like the HP Dragonfire Elite that had heating issues, so I had to buy a cooling pad to cool it. And then I have a Hori fighting pad right here. This is an arcade stick, and then the ViewSonic portable monitor. So yeah, some extra accessories in there. The drawer here contains, this is a really old HMD head-mounted display. I don't think I use this much anymore after I have my video glasses, but yeah, now I have the Rokid video glasses, so I don't really need this anymore, but it's still nice to have it just for collection, I guess. It's a head-mounted display from a Chinese company called Royal. Then I have a Mac Mini here, which I don't really use. Actually, I'm trying to sell it actually, but I'm keeping that here for now while it's on the market. Okay. And okay, now on this side. So on the top of this bookshelf, you see a bunch of boxes. So these are all my computers, my phones and stuff. I have all the small like retro collector's devices in here. So all the devices you guys saw when I did my UMPC like netbook collection thing are they're in this box. There's also my phone collection as well. They're all stored in these boxes. I don't really have anywhere else to put them, so that's why they're just kind of lying on top of this bookshelf right now. And then this Hearthstone box as well, which contains some like documents and pictures and stuff like that. Yeah, memento kind of memorabilia stuff. So yeah, I have all that on top of my bookshelf. And just going from top to bottom, I guess. So top shelf here, I have a digital watch collection. These are only for my digital watches. I have 6 digital watches here, including smartwatches. You guys can see Apple Watch. There's a Moto 360 right there, Samsung Galaxy Active 2, a data bank from Casio, Pebble Time Steel. You guys remember Pebble, right? Pebble Time, and a Nixoid tube watch. Nixie tubes are very interesting, so that's an interesting watch. So yeah, and then I have some books behind it that I sometimes read. Not really. I just mostly keep them there. Yeah, I haven't read these books in a while, but yeah. Then I have another shelf here, PS3 games mostly. Yeah, these are mostly PS3 games. There's PS Vita games right here. I only have some because most of them are downloaded onto my PS Vita. Same thing, 3DS. I have some 3DS games. Most of my 3DS games are downloaded onto the device. And the rest are just PS3 games. And below is, I have some board games and stuff here. So, looks like I have Taboos, Categories, Joking Hazard by Cyanide and Happiness, Mega Man cards, Cards Against Humanity back there, Bears versus Babies. Yeah, oh yeah, Exploding Kittens. Yeah, I have some card games there, play with friends. Now I don't know what this is for, but I do have like a slide out kind of shelf here. Don't really know what it's used for though. Okay, next shelf is additional card games. I have a Risk StarCraft version, believe it or not. There is a Risk StarCraft edition of Magic the Gathering board game. And have some other art books here. And even Scott Pilgrim, I think these are like the comic books. And Horrible Histories, yeah. Some stuff I haven't even opened yet, actually. Let's keep it right here for now. Maybe someday I will sell them or open them. Actually, this book, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar signed it for me, so that's a pretty special one. All right, next shelf here, more books. I have one on the high-end hi-fi design or audio design. You know, you guys will see basically what I'm interested in, right? Just based on the type of books I have here. Bruce Lee, Dinosaurs, NBA 75th anniversary. They made a book based on it, like showing a lot of NBA history, which I love. JFK, Deus Ex, Diablo. Here I have some older like comics and stuff. Archie comics, Cyanide and Happiness. Yeah, it's a lot of other comic books and stuff there. Another shelf below, Friends, Guinness Book of Records, Persona, StarCraft, Star Wars, Fire Emblem, and then yeah, these are all art books from collector's editions from different games. So yeah, there's like Duke Nukem, Deus Ex, Catherine, see Record of Agris War, Root Letter. Yeah, there's some like really random art books from different collector's editions of different games that I've unboxed before. And then down on the shelf we have Super Mario, Cyberpunk 2077, Fallout, Jimmy Page from Led Zeppelin, the Watch book, which is like a book on like different watches and stuff, basketball book of course, and then Archie comics, which I actually am a huge fan of Archie comics, Dilbert as well. So yeah, more art books and comics and stuff there. And the bottom shelf is records. So there's a Jimi Hendrix, Pink Floyd, more Jimi Hendrix records, and Abbey Road from the Beatles. All right, now let's go this side. Okay, so this top shelf is basically miscellaneous electronics. I don't really use that often, but I have it here. So I have a Sony Smart Bluetooth speaker here. I have a Bose SoundLink Revolve. Actually, I do use this one if I go out to picnics or something like that. I might bring that one. Scarlett Solo right there, Focusrite Scarlett Solo for recording. I have a Positive Grid Spark Mini, kind of portable amp right there, a Muro box. This is kind of like a music box right there. It's pretty cool. I don't really use it much, but it's there for display. And yeah, it's kind of like a chessboard thing. Oh yeah, I also have my Shure SM48 mic here. This is my dynamic microphone that I use to record tracks sometimes. I think I use it with the Focusrite Scarlett in the back. Also, sometimes for karaoke sessions, I will bring this out and then people can use it to sing karaoke as well. All right, and here I have PS4 games. So these are the PS4 games I don't play as often. The PS4 games I play more are going to be in my living room on that shelf. But these ones are the ones I don't play as much, but I, still have them in case I want to play them. So yeah, just a lot of random games there. And then here, next shelf down is my Magic cards. So these are all my Magic cards. All my decks are right here, and then my binders are here. More Magic cards back there, and some stuff from Collector's Editions. I have Fire Emblem Record of Aegis Roar, that's from Collector's Edition. But yeah, mostly just Magic cards here. And then here I have more Nintendo Switch games, the ones I don't play as much. So again, the ones I play more are the ones in my living room on my shelf. These are the ones that I just, I don't play as much, but they're here. And then, next one after that is my watch collection. Now this is my analog watch collection as opposed to digital watches. I also have, this one actually has a jewelry compartment as well, right? I can put jewelry, rings and earrings and stuff, that's, for girls and stuff. But for watches here, this one can store 10 watches. So yeah, I have my analog watch collection here, guys. So actually this watch box stores 10 watches. I'm still waiting for my 10th watch, and I'll definitely do a video on all my watches when I get it, as well as that one. But yeah, just to go over my current watch collection, you guys can see my Corniche Bleu Adore, then the Oris GMT Limited Edition, then the Seiko Presage Shippo Enamel Limited Edition, then the Ferrer Burbridge, and the Raymond Whale Beatles Let It Be Limited Edition, and then the Nalmos Tetra, and Yunhan's Meister Calendar, and Adawak Etor Light, so or Drift Light, I should say. So yeah, and then I'm wearing my Hamilton Elvis 80 skeleton version right now. So yeah, in total that's 9 watches, and I'm waiting on the 10th one, and yeah, I'll definitely do a video on that one when it comes out. So that one will be kind of a surprise, and when I do that, yeah, I'll do a video on my entire watch collection. So stay tuned, guys, for that. And this is a nice watch box as well. It's by Decorabe. They handcraft these nice wooden watch boxes. And it's nice they include this jewelry compartment too. So in the future, when I get some more rings or something like that, I can add it there. All right. And then next shelf down is have more art books, Fire Emblem, Bioshock, Marvel, Beatles, more basketball stuff. And then down after that, I have this is a pretty nice book about Fender, by the way, the company. So we have History of Fender Amps and Guitars, and then Magic the Gathering, a lot of cool art. I actually really like Magic the Gathering art, so there's a lot of cool art there. Yeah, Guinness World Records, some XKCD stuff, and this is StarCraft actually. It's cool. Yeah, and I think this is Hearthstone. Yeah, I think that's a Hearthstone art book. Below that, yeah, more art books. Basically, you have one by there's a Hendrix one. Atari art book, Led Zeppelin, Nintendo and Super Nintendo art books. Actually, these are not just art books, but actually compilations of the guides to different games and stuff like that, which is really cool. And I have the entire Calvin and Hobbes collection right here. Pretty nice. And then lastly, down there, more vinyl records. I have Hendrix, Led Zeppelin, more Hendrix, more Hendrix. Huge Hendrix fan, as you can tell. So that's it. That's my collection of different stuff. So a lot of things here in this room to go over. So yeah, that's pretty much, you guys have seen everything, all my books, my art books, my watches, board games, the figurines, and yes, even my electronics. Basically, it's just it's a whole room full of collector's items. So that's why I have to have insurance, guys. You gotta have insurance when you have a room this valuable. Yeah, anyways, yeah, that is it's a pretty nice room though. Like before, like I would only be able to have this, I have like bookshelves, right, to store all this stuff, but now I don't need to have those dedicated bookshelves anymore when I have an entire room dedicated to different collectors stuff. So yeah, to different collections of books and figurines and stuff like that, like Magic cards, you know. All right, so yeah, that's pretty much it. And back to the living room. Yeah, you guys can see that is the view of the living room here. So yeah, it is pretty nice. So just being able to walk into, especially on a summer day where it's nice and sunny, to be able to walk into this kind of view. Alright guys, so that's the tour of my new Vancouver apartment. I hope you guys enjoyed it. But yeah, I just foresee staying here for the next little while. Yeah, it's a pretty nice place, I would say. And yeah, like if you guys are wondering how I got this place, you know, I basically had to save up for an entire like 2 years actually to be able to afford this place with the down payment. Of course, I needed to get a mortgage, of course. And yeah, I would just say I kind of lived like shit for like 2 years. And I actually had to live in this really crappy, like, you know, 1-room place with a crappy landlord and stuff. And I just did nothing but save money. And then, of course, I'm still an engineer, so I still make okay money, and I just saved that up and got enough for a down payment, especially like during the COVID times when the interest rates weren't that high. So that's how I was able to get this place. So if you guys are wondering, you know, I lost my money, but I was still able to save up, and yeah, and this is, I guess, yeah, this is what I got. So, anyways, if you guys have any questions or comments, please please let me know. Hope you guys enjoyed this little apartment tour of my new apartment, and it's actually like, due to having the second sofa here, it's in some ways looks smaller than my Burnaby place, even though it's a 1-bedroom and my Burnaby place is just a studio. In some places it looks smaller because of that extra sofa. So yeah, I wouldn't say it's like that much bigger than my Burnaby place. I do think it's an upgrade overall, but compared to my Burnaby place, yeah, it's I wouldn't say it's like that much bigger, and the balconies are certainly smaller than my Burnaby place. So anyways, yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions or comments. And yeah, it's my new downtown Vancouver place. Whenever you guys will see me doing like videos and stuff, guitar videos, it's mostly going to be in that solarium now. So that's probably what you see when I do my guitar videos now. And then when I'm doing any kind of review video, it's going to be in this living room. So that's basically what you see from now on. So that's guys. Yeah, as always, thanks for staying tuned to watch my videos, especially these long kind of videos. And please leave me any questions or comments, and I'll always try to respond. And yeah, as always, thanks for watching.